Hey everybody, welcome to the best of demo tapes for Luke and Lewis.
First ever Luke and Lewis podcast.
Yes, if you don't know who we are Luke and Lewis, and we have a radio show that's starting on Monday.
October 2nd, if you're listening to this before then.
If you're
2017.
If you listen to this in the future, I really hope we're less successful than we are in the future, because if we were more successful now, that would be really
depressing.
It's really sad. Like, oh man, look at this opportunity they had and they blew it.
So what you're listening to is the best of the demo tapes, which is for the last 3 months, we've been going in and recording a fake radio show, pretty much. That's what a demo tape is.
In a radio studio, pretending like it's live on air, and then the only person who hears it is our boss.
Yeah, and he tells us, feedback and stuff, and usually no one hears these.
Yeah, we thought that was a waste, though, to throw away just all of the demo tapes, because there were some really funny moments, and we thought it'd be cool for you guys to hear how much work we put into this and how we improved along the way. So these are our favourite moments from the demo tapes, and Luke's phone just went off.
I was about to tell you to turn your phone off.
Yeah, blaming me. Generally, when we're on the radio, Luke will have his phone off. But,
it's a podcast, no one cares. All right,
so
before we begin, it would be awesome if you guys could rate the podcast on iTunes.
Yeah.
We reckon we can get this to one of the biggest podcasts in the country, which will then hopefully make our show one of the biggest radio shows in the country.
Yeah.
That's our goal, and with your guys' help, we honestly think we could achieve that.
Yeah, we want you involved. We have social media. We're on everything. We're on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be uploading videos from the show. So just check us out.
And that's Luke and Lewis on social media, not just our regular ones.
Yeah. So we've set up new pages, and really the aim of this radio show is to work at it for a long time, make it really big, and the most important about this thing is the listeners and getting you guys involved.
Yeah, we're doing this to have fun, because we realized we started doing it and we were like, oh, this could be fun.
Yeah.
And then we walked out of the first demo tape and we turned to each other and we went, yeah, this is good.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. This is sick.
So we loved it. So hopefully you guys will love it too.
Yeah.
This is the first ever Luke and Lewis thing.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So tune in on Triple M Modern Digital, and please enjoy the best of our demo tapes for Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
From 12 till 2 every weekday. Enjoy.
This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis for lunch. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Luke, I wanted to let you know, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm currently living in amongst a war zone.
Really?
Yeah, it's a battleground between my mum and our neighbour. And it's getting to like a current affair levels. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pull up to one day and Tracy Grimshaw will be there, which is not, too unusual for me. But I just don't want this to happen. I want to tell you the story of my neighborhood wars.
Yeah.
So my mum runs her own home business. She's a hairdresser, so every now and then she'll have clients pull up on the street. Our neighbor is one of those parking nuts where she hates anyone parking outside her house. So much so that
I park outside her house frequently.
Yeah. Have you copped any dirty stares from her?
I've never done it. I don't know who she is.
Seriously, look in my neighbour's house. She'll definitely watch you park. She does it to a lot of people. She's left notes on clients' cars. Please don't park here. Lying about how she's elderly and needs to get into the house. Yeah. And it got to a point where she built her own driveway, and she does not use it. She parks in front of her house to stop people parking there, even though she has a driveway.
So petty.
Yeah, it's reaching petty levels, and it's affecting Mum's clients, so it really annoys Mum, and it's reaching mega petty heights.
How's your mum responded?
She's responded by we have 2 dogs, Luke. Mum takes them for walks, and she's taken to picking up the dog's poo and leaving it on her front lawn.
Classic. Well done, Mrs. Spears.
Yeah, so you wonder where I get it from. It's Mum. And also...
And has she stepped in it yet?
No, not yet.
If you found a squished one, her work has been done.
I'll keep an eye out for her. I'll let you know. So also what's happening is my brother plays the drums, so that can be quite annoying.
Usually that's a hindrance, but when Arthur's upstairs, your mum's gone bang away.
Yes. Mum has started thoroughly encouraging Arthur's drum use, where previously she used to hate it.
Start a band, I don't care.
So now what our neighbour has started to do is every time Arthur plays the drums, she gets her radio and puts it on her windowsill, opens her window and points it at our house. Problem is, we literally cannot hear it. So she's only annoying herself. I mean, maybe she could be.
So she goes, "Oh, I've got them here. I'll play them the radio."
Yeah, I hope she has a digital radio. She
Yeah.
could play Mum our show. So what Mum has done, we only noticed she's been doing this
By
for
the way,
months.
that is the ultimate punishment if you're in a neighbourhood feud. 12 till 2, you'll get them real good.
Please do. We need the ratings. So Mum has retaliated because we only found out about this recently because I opened a window. I was like, "What's that?" Oh, it's 3AW from the neighbour's house.
Yeah.
So
AM. Well,
Yeah.
That is a punishment.
So how Mum has responded to this, I want to show you a video. Mum was doing this morning. She was playing a video. Mum has huge speakers in her hair room for music. She was playing this video of a basketball bouncing on a 10-hour loop.
In speakers.
Yep. And she just went to open the door there so that it goes into our neighbour's house.
And so what's she trying to just so there's a bass echoey noise happening for the entire day?
That's the level that this war
And
has
by the way,
reached.
this war has escalated from a parking feud to just out-noising each other.
Yep.
It's gotten completely so far from where it started.
Yeah.
It's now just who can annoy the other one the most.
It's gotten better. Here's Mum listening to rock music, and wait for it. You're about to see her in the door. This is Mum stomping as loud as she can. She's just stopped now because she's embarrassed.
Yep, now she's dancing to the annoyance. Yep, she's dancing to her own music. That is childish behaviour, and I love it. Couldn't applaud her enough.
So I'm pretty sure that the next logical step is our neighbour is yet to respond to
No,
this.
get out there, park in her spot, and get the get the basketball bouncing noise and pump it from the spot. That's how you win. That's game set match.
A lot of people are worried about nuclear war from North Korea. No, it's going to come from my neighbour.
Buy new bass speakers, put a thing on a 10-hour loop, checkmate everyone.
Luke and Lewis for lunch.
Now, Lewis.
Yes.
You just told a story of a neighbour feud.
Yes, I
that
did.
you've been amongst.
Yep.
I've actually had a similar thing, but I've witnessed a neighbourhood feud.
Oh, the
happen.
entire suburb.
Just two people in the suburb having a public feud
Right.
between themselves. I don't know, it could be
Well, that
two
would be if there's two
parties.
people plus you. That would basically be your entire suburb, seeing
Yes.
as you live in the country.
Okay, well done, everyone. He's had another swipe at my geographical location. Very clever.
What's the suburb called?
I'm not saying it. But
Okay,
anyway,
all right.
it has the word creek in it.
If you don't have a river, you have the biggest body of water you have is a creek.
Yeah.
You live in the country,
Yeah.
farming away. Tell me what's happening on the farmhouse today, Luke.
Right. Well, there's a fence up, right?
Uh-huh.
We have those in the country.
Wow, big fence, electric fence for the cows. Keep the cattle in.
Okay. So there's fence, right, and it's been had graffiti on it all
Yeah.
month, right? But the graffiti keeps getting crossed out, scrubbed off by the council. So it started off, there was graffiti, the red and huge letters, and it's near a main road, right? And it read it used to read "Be Vegan" in giant letters across.
Oh, so like an advertisement, but just written by someone.
Yes. So
Yeah.
a vegan, pushing their motives onto passing cars.
That's
right?
unusual for vegans, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
to
a
want to
bit-
tell the world. Anyway, and then it got changed to someone's come in overnight one day.
Yeah.
A week later, it said they added that they changed the V to an M, so they put another downstroke and then said "Be Megan." Right, so it's changed to "Be Megan."
Well, Megan, I've never met a mean
Right.
Megan.
Yep.
So
So then
I would encourage that too.
a week passed, still "Be Megan." Drove past there a couple of weeks later. The vegans had come back to the sign
With a spell check.
right, and had crossed down the word "be," just completely erased it, and then had added "is vegan," so it read "Megan is vegan." Right, so and it does not end here. So already,
It's still going.
already at this point, the whole neighborhood's talking about it, going, "Who's Megan? Is she vegan?" Like, there's so many questions.
Should we be
circulating.
this vegan Megan?
Yeah. So it's really at this point, there's obviously someone who's a vegan and
Yeah.
someone who is not a vegan having a complete anonymous, like they wouldn't even know who each other is. An anonymous graffiti war on a random.
You wouldn't
fence.
want to. You hope they don't show up at the same time.
Yeah.
That'd be
So,
a big battle.
At this point, I thought it was over. The council came in and went, "This is enough," and then wiped the whole fence.
Oh, the
repainted
council
it.
came in and reset the game.
Someone's reset the game, right? And I was like, "Oh, that's over."
No,
They're
that
done.
just means both of them are going to rush to
Oh,
be there first.
I know. It just means now there's an open canvas, and sure enough, the anti-vegans strike back. I drove past. This happened this morning. I drove past this morning.
Yeah.
And I had a look. I was like, I wonder if the graffiti's still there. And the wall just read, "Hug your butcher." That is game, set, match again.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Luke and Lewis for lunch. We'll be right back. Luke and Lewis for lunch.
So recently, I was
Yes?
watching an interview of yours. You recently did an
thank
interview.
you very much.
Yeah, it just popped up my Facebook newsfeed.
Mhm.
You posted an interview of you at VidCon doing some interviews.
That was a good one. I like that one.
And I watched it, and
Mm-hmm.
at the time I was actually present at the interview.
Yeah.
That I wasn't really listening at the time, right? So I'll play the interview now. It was a guy who was taking his role very seriously as the interviewer.
Yeah, I think he was there to advertise a brand. So he was doing interviews with every person that was in the VIP sections, basically so he could get famous names talking about this brand. It was for a
Yes.
vacation company or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was there, but I saw the opportunity and I took it.
He didn't know who you were,
No.
so he asked you who you were, and this is how Lewis responded.
Awesome, and you're a YouTube creator as well.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And what's the channel all about?
It's a beauty channel, so I usually do things like hair, a little bit of makeup and things like that, and also a little bit of cooking stuff.
For yourself, for guys, or for
Yeah,
girls?
for guys, a little bit of women's stuff, but mostly for men, and then it's kind of like a 50 between cooking stuff as well. So yeah, but I make it funny, you know.
So you told the guy that for those who don't know, you have a comedy YouTube channel. On
Yes, I
YouTube,
do.
Not a beauty/cooking channel on YouTube. Now, also, we'll note at about 10 seconds into the interview, I do come over and dab behind the camera. It's distracting and it almost makes
it's a beauty channel.
just showing That was
I
there.
usually
A
do,
rip-
things like
dab.
hair,
Rip a dab.
So just to make this train
then-
wreck of an interview even worse.
Yeah, I just made it completely worse. And by the way, that was the first 30 seconds. This interview goes on for 5 minutes. At one point, you give him hair tips. You bought out your own microphone.
Yeah,
in
I
the
had one in my
interview
pocket.
that wasn't plugged in, and then you started interviewing him with
and
the
that
microphone.
really confused him. He wasn't
And you
sure
know
which
what?
mic to talk
He
into.
got confused and started talking into your microphone, which wasn't on.
What an amateur! What an amateur! Doesn't know
Then,
what he's doing.
At the end, he tries to make you plug an ad. You ask if you're getting paid for this, and then he just leaves.
Because I wasn't
Yeah,
getting
you
paid.
just said, "Oh, am I getting paid for this?" And he said, "No," and you just said,
All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'm not going to advertise his brand for free. I would
Right.
rather just lie to him about being a
So-
beauty YouTuber.
"Yeah, well, Lewis doesn't have a cooking/beauty channel, or so I thought." Right?
What do you mean?
Did some googling, went to the dark web, and you'll never guess what I found. I managed to find you do have a side channel, a beauty/cooking channel.
You must have gone into an alternate universe for this.
No, I've got the recording here. Here it is.
Hey guys, welcome to Baking Beauty with Lewis. Today, because this is a cooking channel, I'm going to be baking a cake. But also, because this is a beauty channel, I'm going to show you how to apply a face mask at the same time. First, put a cup of flour for the base of your cake into a mixing bowl. Then, for your face mask, pour 100 ml of aloe vera into another bowl. Oh no, I've just poured the aloe vera into the cake bowl, and it looks like we're doing a face mask cake. So chuck a couple of eggs into the bowl. Those are for the cake. And then we'll put a bar of Dove moisturizer into the bowl for the face mask. To help me out with the cake today is French patisserie chef Manu from MasterChef. How are you, Manu?
Bonjour, bonjour.
And to help me out with the face mask is leading Russian face masketeer.
Hello, my name is Vladimir. Welcome to Moscow, Russia.
Okay, so Manu, what do you think of Vladimir being in the room with you? Could you please talk to
It's
him?
very distracting. Hi, excuse me.
This is garbage.
Have you put any vodka in the face mask?
Manu and Vladimir, could I please get you to talk at the same time?
No.
Luke and Lewis will be right back.
Twitter announced during the week, did you hear this? Twitter announced that they're extending their 140 character limit, doubling it to 280 now.
280.
280. You can say whatever you want now, almost.
But
Still.
you know what though? I don't think I don't want that because that means
the one unique thing about Twitter was that it had a short character limit, so you couldn't hear people write their life essays, or some people would do multiple tweets in a row.
Yeah,
but it's what set Twitter apart. It was probably one of the biggest strengths of the website.
I think so because if you look at people on the internet, you don't want more
than 120. So Donald Trump's Twitter account doesn't need another 140 characters every single thought he has.
No, it really doesn't. And he really gets the most out of his 140 characters. Like sometimes I'll see something that he tweets and I'll be like, that's not a 140 character tweet. That should be an essay. Yeah. But he's just talking about nuking North Korea on a social media website.
He should have announced a press conference. Instead, he's just gone, I'll just chuck this up on the Twitter sphere, see what people think.
Yeah, sometimes he just removes spaces and he'll put like a full stop instead of a space.
But now he won't have to.
Well, I reckon he's still going to do that.
Now we'll find out if he was doing it to save characters or if he's actually illiterate. And now we'll finally work it out.
I think we're going to be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah.
But you know, the only thing that's going to happen now is we're just going to get criticism with more characters. We're just going to get more reasons why we suck.
Yeah.
The internet is a very mean place. I don't think we should be giving people more opportunity to be even meaner.
280 characters of abuse. 100, yeah, you're right. 140 was well and truly enough. What are you going to do with the extra space now that you've got it? Are you just going to leave it there? I might just let 140 characters sit at the end.
Yeah,
just out of protest.
I'm going to be like a Twitter hipster and I'm going to limit my own tweets to 140 characters.
60 characters.
And then you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to keep my profile picture square. I don't want any of these changes.
Yeah.
They changed it to circle now. We get too many characters.
I'll be honest, I'm not on Twitter a lot. I mainly go on it to see what you tweet, just to see if I have to apologise for anything the next day on radio. That's one of the main reasons I go on Twitter.
Dear listeners, I'm incredibly sorry for what someone else said today, but it's so heinous that I have to apologise for it now because Lewis refuses to. That's what it's going to be. But no, now this is good because now maybe I can say horrible things, but because I have more characters, people will be like, it's pretty funny.
Usually you just state a thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the extra space. I might start chucking in song lyrics just randomly. I might start putting in space bars. Who knows?
I'm going to have a Twitter signature.
Will you?
Like an email. Everything's going to be
you sign it
Lewis
off.
From Luca Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Wait.
That'll get us kicked off air real quick. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. We'll be right back. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. You just heard Suit and Jacket by Judah and the Lion, one of my favourite bands.
Very classy song.
Absolutely.
Suit and Jacket. Formal. Anyway, so Lewis, I've wanted to do a segment today, brand new segment on the show.
Yes.
I've been having some thoughts that I've been, pondering, having a bit of a think about.
That's quite different for you,
yeah.
Thinking. Wow.
I know, it was a big week. And, I'm not targeting anyone necessarily. I just want, there's certain groups in society I've been having to think about it. I just want to vent my thoughts. They can take it or leave it.
I hope this isn't going to go into a horrible direction.
No, I'm not having a go. I'm just saying, hey, food for thought. Maybe change this, but don't have to. Just some food for thought.
So this isn't going to get defamatory.
No, and the first one, by the way, is not even having a go at anyone. I'm not targeting anyone. It's just general food for thought.
So I love that you've had a thought and you were like, wow, a thought.
I should share this.
This is so
on
spectacular
national radio
that this needs to be a segment. I thought of something other than pancakes for breakfast.
All right, Michael, can we have some thinking music? Because, again, we're getting very...
Really planned this out.
Yeah, because it's my
thoughts.
What?
I'm actually in the mood to think now that you're playing this.
You're welcome. Okay, so electricians work with electricity, right?
Yes.
Builders build things.
Yes.
Had a plumber at my house this morning. Mm-hmm. He didn't have any plums. What's going on there?
Luke Kidgel, you are the dumbest man I have ever met in my life. He works with plumbing. It's plum with a B.
Stand corrected.
So, food for thought. The conclusion of that thought is Luke is stupid.
All right, the second one. All right, this one is having a bit of a go.
Yep.
Not a go. Again, just some food for thought. A girl on my Instagram posted a quote. Be a pineapple. Stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside.
I haven't seen...
Just want to point out, not everyone likes pineapples.
I thought you were going to go a completely different direction there, to be honest.
Where
because that's just wrong. Have you ever seen a tall pineapple?
I've never seen a pineapple wearing a crown. Also,
I've never seen a pineapple that has the ability to stand.
maybe the food for thought is deactivate your Instagram account. Not having a go, just food for thought.
That is a thought about food.
Yeah.
So,
This one,
oh, how many do you have?
3.
Okay, that's a big week for you.
Big week. I read a study that said...
Can you read what you've written? You wrote that down and
Yeah, I
you're
did.
struggling.
Hang on. I read a study that said that the likelihood of making it in a band these days is below 2% of making it in a famous band.
Yeah,
I'm not saying give up on your dreams
yeah,
if you're in a band,
yeah.
but just maybe do as well. 2%. Pretty good segment.
So, food for thought, deactivate your Instagram
Yeah.
account, quit your band,
And plumbers start handing out more fruit on the job, more fresh produce when you come up to my house.
and also, Luke, just before we go, I have a bit of food for thought.
Yeah,
Let's never do that segment again.
just some food for thought. Yeah.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
How was your lunch?
It was great. Had 5 minutes, had a bite. It was awesome.
Great. I had a burger.
Yeah?
Had 10 minutes. I don't know where you went for 5. Anyway, I managed to find the time. You need to start allocating more time for food. On the weekend, right? Went out
Yeah.
with a few friends. You wouldn't probably know what that's like. So friends...
This segment is over, right? It's the techno whatever. I'm just so mad I can't even remember my own title.
Gizmo Whiz.
Gizmo Whiz,
Yep.
not bullying Lewis for an hour at
Yeah.
the show.
Anyway, I went out with a few friends.
Yeah. What's it like?
Great. Yeah, you talk to them.
You should invite me next time.
Nah. We don't need anyone talking about hyperloops and whatever.
All right, whatever. What
So,
happened?
and it was to a food truck festival, right? And if you've ever been to these food truck festivals,
Never mind, that sucks.
there's a range of different stores, right? And lots of them had lines, right? And there was one store without a line
Yeah.
called, it was like Greg's Flamin Hot Dim Sims, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't be bothered. My
You
girlfriend...
don't want a dim sim made by someone called Greg.
I don't-
It's not going to be good. You want a burger from Greg.
Yeah, right. Well, again, Greg's Burgers had a big line.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was
Maybe
like,
Greg's just a great chef.
maybe. So how about you stop, insulting his craftsmanship.
All right, sorry, Greg. My apologies.
Yeah.
I'll get a dim sim from you later.
Flamin' Hot Dim Sim. Anyway, so I didn't want to queue up. My girlfriend waited an hour and a half to get 10 vegan steamed dumplings. I was like,
What
there's
a
no
waste
way.
of her life.
Yes, I was like, that's an hour and a half you'll never get back. So I went straight to, there was no line
Yeah.
at Greg's Flamin' Dim Sims.
Yeah.
Went there and I spoke to one of my mates who'd seen with the dim sims, and I was like, oh, how flaming hot are they? He was like, mate, they're pretty flaming hot. But he described to me, he goes, the reason why they're flaming hot is they apply this hot soy sauce with an eye droplet. What's it called?
An eyedropper.
Eyedropper. That's it. So
Yeah.
it's one drop at a time on each dim sim. That's how hot this sauce is.
Yeah.
So if you did like a shot of this sauce, you'd probably be
You'd die.
hospitalized.
Yeah.
You'd. So it's full on. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just get regular dim sims. And I was like to my, where's the mild soy sauce? Found the mild soy sauce. No worries. I was like, just eating regular dim sims with regular soy sauce. I've been into the first dim sim.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, Greg does some flaming hot dim sims. It wasn't the sauce, right? So
Yeah.
it was flaming hot going on the way down. I couldn't even finish. I got 3 dim sims. I only had 2.
Yeah.
My mouth was so, like, I'm pretty, pretty generic. I don't eat spicy food.
Yeah, you just live off a diet of pancakes and
Weet
plain
Bix.
rice.
Yeah. So I do a mild curry at best.
Yeah.
I was salivating. Like, just I had to go to the toilet and
That's
I
a
was
big
sweating.
word for you as well.
Yep, you're
Did
welcome.
you look that one up?
No. But yeah, I was, and then the next morning, right? So I was flamed hot going in. The next morning, often happens after a big night.
Mm-hmm.
Headed to the rest room.
Yeah.
And I thought those dim sims were flaming hot on the way in. They were flaming hot on the way out.
Yeah.
Greg absolutely ruined my.
So you got a 2-for-1 deal.
Mate, throughout the whole day. Like, Greg interrupted every single toilet break.
I take it all back, Greg. You're a master of flaming hot dim
Yeah,
sims. If you
then
can give someone the sensation of flaming hot the next day,
Yeah.
you don't mess around.
It was worse coming out. And yeah, I had to. There was one point there was a triple flush.
a triple flush.
Had to happen.
Do you have a bad toilet? No?
We have a great plumbing system.